Hello, my people, YouTube family. So we're back for an episode two um, regarding emotional maturity, and I told myself that I wanted to have talking points for the second episode, but I still want to keep it somewhat casual and just kind of relate a basic understanding of emotional maturity and see where you guys are at with it too, what it means to you when you hear that phrase, that term, and we'll talk a little bit about it um, in a more basic format so that hopefully nobody gets too lost with it and that it's understandable for all of us. And we'll incrementally go deeper with this and peel back more and more layers. So I don't want to make it too long. I know I don't generally like watching a video more than 10 or 15 minutes unless it's a series and I'm wrapped in it. But, just generally speaking, when people are flipping through videos, I understand how that is. I don't want to watch more than um, I can handle in the moment if I'm just scrolling through. But I also don't like to scroll through mindlessly. So I still like to understand what I'm viewing. Um, so hopefully we can just again talk about a very basic understanding of this and um, just stay within the first one or two layers and get a grasp on um, emotional intelligence. So when you hear that phrase, what do you guys think about? And please put it in the comments so we can um, all discuss what this means to us. And hopefully we'll get a lot of feedback and we can continue on with this chapter. And um, I think what I want to do is figure out the exact structure um, of how I want to discuss emotional maturity. But I think the way I want to do it is essentially have a class and this be it. So it'll be structured very much like maybe um, an online class, but perhaps more casual, but you'll still get that feel of you're taking a class and learning a lesson, and we'll be able to engage and ask questions depending on how large this gets. If it gets a lot of good feedback and people are following, and perhaps we can do several live sessions. That kind of engaging back and forth tends to be more fruitful um, as people can engage. And if not, it's totally okay. Then this will just be something for viewers that they can refer to whenever they want, whether small or big. Um, the larger community would be nicer, as the goal here is to, as I said in the first episode, to expand this so that the public education system and any kind of education system, private sector or otherwise, to um, see the benefit that we can receive from first having a foundation of ourselves and the collective together to engage successfully with each other, right? And emotions is a core pillar in your own individual sanity and the social environment you surround yourself with. So, got a little off track there. It's okay. Back to the question. When you hear the word emotional intelligence or emotional maturity, what do you think about? So, I think in very basic terms that I suppose managing my emotions or emotional management. That would probably be the shortest and easiest way to describe it. And so, what am I talking about? Um, so, different emotions are working together as um, we think about things, as we come together as a collective and discuss topics. Um, Often, when we're just talking about maybe a surface understanding of something, then things stay fairly casual and our emotions don't tend to go super high or super low because we're all comfortable. We're just talking about a general understanding of something. Now, if we begin to peel back more layers and go deeper, then sometimes things can shift a little. And if we're not very confident on a particular topic, then you might um, feel an emotion. Um, I can recall growing up in class when I was in elementary, I would be very nervous at times when I would get called on to answer a question and the entire class was waiting for an answer. And that 5 seconds felt like sometimes a lot longer than 5 seconds. And so I'd begin to sweat, um, and my mind would be just puzzled. Like I'm sort of this. My brain's trying to put pieces together, and it's just kind of zigzagging, and nothing's really connecting through a straight line. So yeah, emotions can move move very up and down and not feel settled when we're not very confident about something. So this is natural, totally cool. Now, sometimes that initial feeling can shift into something that's more, what's the right word? Um, I don't want to say uncontrollable, but it can lead to something that becomes more erratic and maybe even aggressive, whether it's verbal or physical. And the other side could go where you start kind of clamming up, you're closing in, and you just don't want to talk to anyone. You don't want to be seen, nothing. Maybe even leave, right? And that's how we will manage our emotions if we're not really sure how to. That just tends to be a very natural gravitation. So this is where we meet ourselves and begin to understand the beginning of how our emotions affect us. And then what can we do to um, hone in, focus in on these particular emotions that are causing us to act a certain way? How do we allow these emotions to benefit us? So if they're going to benefit us at all, we need to learn how to make necessary adjustments as we feel these emotions, as they um, enable us to feel and act a certain way. So I'm sure many of you can, hopefully all of you can understand what I mean when we don't feel confident on a particular subject matter, and it um, can cause us to do one or the other, whether we get very erratic or we just don't want to have anything to do with anyone at the time. So, where are we at? 10 minutes? I really don't want to speak a whole lot more on this. What I wanted to do was basically um, ask a question, as I did, just explore a little bit of the surface here. I just want an initial reaction, see how you guys respond to when you hear that phrase, emotional maturity or intelligence, what it means to you, what jumps off your brain immediately. And as you guys put that stuff in the comments, um, we can view it, uh, think about it, process it, and respond to the best of our ability and learn collectively how we can understand our emotions much better and apply them to our daily lives and practical situations. All right, sweet. Well, I'll end it there. And again, go ahead and let's engage in the comments and see where this takes us. All right, guys, love you, and hope to talk to all of you very soon, um, and then create a episode 3 to follow up where we leave off here. Hopefully, the comments will easily guide us and lead us into the next chapter here. All right, see ya.